Alright, that's quite interesting. We're about to start this final battle against the Confederacy. Um, their fleet is about two and a half times as big as ours. Well, let's cross that. It's about three times as big, and twice as expensive. They have this one big airship that should probably be a match for our heavy cruiser, and then they have a bunch of small stuff. Um, yeah, three of these cruisers. That's quite a bit bigger than our laser destroyer. And then we have a bunch of bombers. That's probably a match for one of these. And then they have a bunch of fighter swarms and just small escorts, destroyers, I'm guessing. And we'll be on a heavy cruiser command ship as usual, our liquid philosophy. We'll be observing the battle from the bunker. Thank you. I do not want to get my screen splashed by oil. All right, let's see. Backspace. Okay. This is not an airship. It was just misclassified. They didn't save the blueprint properly. Um, this is a Kran battleship. Is this the same as the Dreadnought that they spawned earlier? I'm guessing it's not. No, that one was almost a million units. This one is much smaller. Okay, let's see if we should prioritize one of these for our bombers. Uh, those are submarines, two of them, and these are the cruisers with the hard-hitting guns. I don't remember um, exactly what kind of ammo they use. And these are crans, so not too worried about our aircraft.
Engaging now.
And then our other aircraft, they should have the proper target prioritization to do to do as they should. And that's an absolute shit level of damage coming from that fleet as our bomber approaches. Uh, our when I say this is an AA airship, I didn't quite intend for it to be a ramming craft. We still have both interceptors. I did realize our uh, air supremacy fighter almost crashed into the dancing starlight. Okay, we're in degraded mode, so we can't quite see everything very clearly right now. Let's see if yes, we do have a pop turret. No, that's not a pop turret. Whatever that is, it could be ammo storage. Okay, the issue with the spin cram is that the turrets don't pop. Ideally, we would like to destroy it, but it is not so much of a threat as one of the APS craft. There's a massive number of fighters that hopefully we can trim them down quite fairly quickly. They're harassing our bombers and not letting them do their job properly.
Engaging now.
Well, and they're building a massive number of fighters too.
Engaging now.
I mean, the missiles are self-guided, so assigning targets has only limited utility. But hey, if they're firing in the right direction, sometimes maybe it helps. Oh, that looks painful though. Also, I feel like this battle would been, it'd be helpful if we started this battle with a full load of material on the cruiser.
Receiving. Engaging now. Moving now. Moving now.
Yeah, let's just park our cruiser right in the middle of the enemy formation.
Receiving. Engaging now.
And that's one gun popped. they're constructing a lot of units out of that
Receiving.
carrier.
Engaging now.
I mean, there's not a lot of stuff here that can hurt us. The main issue right now is just material consumption, so it's possible that
Engaging
oh,
now.
we have an interceptor in the water, it seems. So we'll pull that out. So it could be that the carrier is actually the biggest threat in terms of material consumption. It's just building an absolute shit ton of small fighters.
Engaging now.
Okay, so we're integrated mode, so that means we don't really see a lot of effects like blocks falling off, but uh, I do believe the railgun shots are coming in, and they are, uh, yeah, the health of this is indeed decreasing. We do want it to die faster though. I'm sick of all these little planes flying around everywhere. See, there's one more. That's a good hit. Oof. We're taking quite a bit of fire from those ships.
Receiving. Engaging now. Moving now.
Both of the bombers are still targeting this carrier. That's good.
Receiving. Moving now. Receiving.
That's too low. Is it going to despawn?
Engaging now. Listening. Engaging now. Engaging now. Engaging now. Listening. Engaging now. Engaging now.
And try to bring the battle closer by getting everyone to target this one. This cruiser, I'm guessing, here. Yeah, cruisers as the one with the wing guns, um, wing turrets. So everyone target this. We can hopefully bring the battle a bit closer, and then those enemies over there, they'll just be on their own. Um, so then it's up to them to get closer to us, which will be more helpful to us than to them. Especially since our units are faster, it'll help us concentrate firepower more so than it will help them. Yeah, if I remember correctly, these things are likely to sink, so we can potentially uh, destroy them without spending too much resources.
Receiving. Listening. Engaging now.
Well, something just exploded. Um, I've never seen the dancing starlight was uh, held that low, but
Listening. Listening.
that's another interceptor down. And the game is really lagging right now. Okay, 80 below and sinking.
Listening.
See, right now we're not surrounded by the enemy, so if we extricate ourselves, um, most likely we will not be blockaded if we destroy this ship and give the rest of the units away, and we can restock material a little bit and re-engage them. It's not very great that they had a carrier that just kept spamming units. Uh, so they just meet shielded through a lot of resources. They still have the two cruisers, which are no, those are not cruisers. No, this is a cruiser. That is a submarine. That is a submarine. So I think they lost both of their cruisers already. There were three cruisers.
Engaging now. Listening.
What is that? Okay, well, that's one of their cruisers.
Listening. Engaging now.
Okay, maybe we should destroy all their aircraft too
Receiving.
before we try to retreat.
Engaging now.
Where's our bombers at? They went for the biggest target.
Engaging now. Engaging now.
How are the bombers doing on material? Because they're running quite low too. And way over here, one of their cruisers has reached itself. Suffered minimal damage. It's just unable to turn, I think. No, it is able to turn. Just doesn't want to. Oh, this is the one with a big crater in the front. I forgot if there was a gun there or not. Okay, that's too far to catch. So we have changed the battle from being uh, number 2-1 to 3-2. Sorry, from 3-1 to 2-1. Um, but we have almost run out of materials as well.
Listening.
And that craft has been shot down.
Receiving.
So
Engaging now.
that's one of those guys. It's too low.
Engaging now. Engaging now.
Where's the medium fighter? Okay, you can retreat.
Listening.
How are we doing? I think this was considered a destroyer. So we probably have barely enough material to fire one more salvo of missiles.
Listening. Listening. Control board.
Let's move over there so you don't get blockaded when you retreat.
Receiving. Receiving.
So what should we target?
Engaging now.
Let's see if we can sink this one before we leave.
Listening. Receiving. Engaging now.
I'm not sure if you can detect it. Oh, luckily we're not in degrade mode anymore, so at least we can see our ammo coming in. Our shells. It's got almost no firepower left. It would be very nice to sink it, but I think I'm gonna not be too greedy. And now we're taking fire, so
Moving now.
not sure if we can. Yes, we can.
Receiving. Moving now. Listening.
All right,
Listening.
everyone get as far away as we can. So yeah, the enemy fleet is in a very sad state following the first engagement. However, we're very
Listening.
short on materials as usual. It's usually how the story goes.
Listening.
I know we're getting a lot of resources from this point right now, but
Listening.
I think it would be great to bait them into this channel, and then we can finish them off there. In that regard, we have to retreat our harvesting operation. But because these crafts move quite fast, we'll hold off as long as we can.
Receiving.
They don't move as fast as we do, especially, well, yeah, they just don't move as fast as we do. So um, we don't have to move at high speed.
Listening.
We can potentially get repairs in this tile as
Moving
well.
out.
All right, I was really hoping to finish these guys off in one battle. If we had more fuel, we had been able to done that on the heavy cruiser. None of these guys stand a chance against a heavy cruiser, the liquid philosophy. But yeah, I underestimated
Receiving.
the amount of block spam they have a little bit. I was really hoping to finish them off so I can start this offensive without having to worry about the other side. But I don't think it would hurt to gather a bit more material here, build up our stockpile a little bit. And if that means the enemy stockpile a bit more material, all the better. It just makes things more exciting. There's not too much to do on this side.
Listening. Moving out.
We have completely sealed off the kingdom,
Listening. Moving out.
so
Listening. Moving out.
well, we have almost sealed them off, but we will soon.
Moving out.
And technically, we're at peace, so they won't be attacking us.
Listening. Moving out.
All right, I'll be back when we have a chance to repair and rearm our fleet here and finish this battle. And then we'll be beginning our general offensive on the northeastern front. All right, so that's rather annoying. After a bit of finagling, I got the Confederacy home fleet to get into this narrow strait, but because I move our harvester around the side to try to steal some resources, they have started to double back, or they realize it's an ambush and they didn't want to come through.
Moving out. Listening. Moving
So
out.
I'm forced to engage with
Listening.
our
Moving out.
units, and I think once we pull them into the battle, then
Listening.
we'll have to manually move our units out of the strait and get them to follow us. No, that didn't work.
Listening.
It's a bit
Moving
too
out.
far. Okay, so the bombers will definitely be on manual mode until the enemy exits the strait. Heavy cruiser will just put as far back as possible. Same for the laser escort. All right, and we're almost same size. Okay, so we're here. I think the laser escort has a high flight ceiling, so we should be able to avoid those mountains. As for these, we'll set a waypoint here.
Listening. Moving out. Receiving.
This one will set a waypoint here. And the dancing starlights, we'll have it enter frontside mode, and then we'll draw them out.
Listening. Engaging now.
It's such a narrow strait. Okay, so we're doing damage with our lasers. What is your altitude? The submarines are sinking. Okay. Oh, wow, this is a very deep and narrow strait. It's really deep. It's, yeah, definitely deep enough for submarine warfare, but not a lot of space to turn. I think we could potentially get our bombers to come in here, but I'm not sure.
Moving out.
We can set a waypoint and they'll just circle above them,
Moving out.
and drop bombs.
Receiving. Moving now.
Maximum altitude.
Listening. Control yours. Moving out.
No, that's okay, that's fine.
Listening. Moving now. Moving now. Moving now.
Okay, if we can park our if we can park the liquid philosophy
Moving now.
right at this
Moving now.
inlet. I think there's enough depths.
Moving now. Moving now. Listening. Engaging now. Taking control.
Okay, so this lost a lot of his front guns. This thing can stop firing, so
Listening. Engaging now.
maybe aim at that. Okay, so the bombers are just circling, holding pattern, but they're fully able to drop missiles.
Listening. Moving out. Moving out. Listening. Moving out.
I think that could be a good way to use bombers if the enemy don't have very good, all-around defenses or anti-aircraft capability. As you could just hover above and not risk crashing to mountains. We can get them quite close to our operating zone, and as well because they're just circling pattern, they're quite hard to hit with anything other than lasers or particle cannons. I think in this campaign there's indeed a laser and particle cannon faction, but okay, the cruiser is in place. It's underwater, just acting as underwater turret. It's just blinking away. And these components are pretty much very exposed. And then they have these little submarines trapped in this bay as well. Oh, and there's even one more of these guys. I think we can potentially bring a bomber over here to finish it off.
Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
I love the target prediction on that gun.
Receiving. Engaging now.
Okay, these guys, if I remember, sink pretty easily, so we can knock that out of the fight. It's not like the Crown battleship is doing much damage to us. The only question is, do we have a clear firing arc of all guns?
Receiving.
Yeah, rather not maneuver too much more. I don't want to ram into that cliff over there. Okay, I think that's sinking.
Receiving. Engaging now.
And get back to our uh, original program.
Receiving.
How dare we sail the liquid philosophy straight through this channel? I want to have a go at those submarines. Where's our bomber? Okay, something exploded, but I don't care. Just want to make sure both bombers are in place. Oh, that's something that exploded, yeah.
Listening.
Second bomber, can you come here?
Moving out.
And just hover above them. I think this one's sunk. Let's give it a few more bombs for good. Oh, I think they found a bigger radar target. Okay, now we have
Moving
more
out.
volume than they do.
Moving out. Moving out. Listening. Moving out. Receiving. Moving now. Moving now.
Come on, you have to follow the exact path that we lay out. Okay, so that battleship was destroyed. Um,
Listening.
didn't really get that on camera. And these submarines, we don't need the dancing starlight for this, but when they take enough damage, they will surface. The two submarines are all that's left out of their fleet. Feels like the game is running very slow, probably because we loaded in a lot of terrain. Hmm. Something hit us. moving to turn to the side so our sonar can have a good look at these crafts.
Moving now. Moving now.
Our turn radius is huge. There's a lot of block spam on these submarines too. They're not, ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, they're not like the Steel Strider submarines from Quest for Neater that are just packed full of explosives and expensive components. It's true, you're not 80% in sinking, but now you're on the surface.
Moving out.
I think because these are medium torpedoes, um, our defenses aren't like super optimized against it.
Receiving.
I wonder if we can just ram it, but I realize we have a anti-ramming protocol to submerge, so
Moving now.
that probably won't go too well. All right, full broadside. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's very cinematic. Boom. All right. Yeah, and all this because I was a bit too penny pinching. I was being a Scrooge. I think that's the term.